What's
hello,
up,
hello,
guys?
hello.
Welcome to the smooth, dulcet tones of Huffman Worldwide Indie Invasion Podcast. Hello, friends and gamers and fellow people who spend way too much money on little tiny plastic men. That's you guys.
There's
And
never too much money, man.
Never too much? Never? Ever?
Never.
Never. Okay. All right.
I don't know why people are choosing to message and text me right now.
Because we were a minute late coming on. That's probably why.
Probably they're getting ravenous.
Getting on you. Oh, there's Alder from the future. Hello, Alder.
So I almost forgot I had coffee sitting next to me.
There
Good morning,
go.
Alder.
There you go. Oh, look here. Alan's joining us. What's happening, Alan?
He's one of the ones that's sitting here messaging me.
Did he? He was like, where are you guys at? What are you doing? It's 9:30. Thursday. Get on.
No, he's talking about gaming stuff.
No. Come on, Alan. So anyway, what have you been up to, Eric, this past week since last we chatted?
Well, a little bit of show news. Both of us have been busy putting YouTube stuff up. So
Yeah,
I'm still working through all the Adepticon coverage that I had.
Yeah.
I kind of went a little bonkers, I think, and not so much on video, but I did post some demos that I managed to get there up. But the pictures too. So I've been trying to, every day or so post either like a feature game company that I saw there, or eventually I think I'm just going to have to just start posting big groups.
Post them.
How many can I put on there?
I don't know. They upped it lately. So there's more now.
Yeah,
you can do more now. So, well, yeah, I've gotten in. Let's see, I did 2 battle reports, which were super fun. Having a blast with that. But I also got a game in tonight. I didn't record it.
I was wondering if you did. I saw your pictures.
I didn't record it only because I usually will film stuff after my kids go to bed because my kids are high speed and really loud. So I usually do it after, not bad, just naturally loud like me. And so I usually record later after they've gone to bed. So, hey, well, look at there. We got 2 more friends joining us, Mini Warmut and Certus. Hello,
guys.
Greetings. So that was super fun. So I actually got 2 Twisted games in, and I'm pretty sure I hacked up the Burrows and Badgers rules. Pretty sure I did that, but I had a ton of fun.
You know what, though? A lot of gameplay videos I see, and you stated this, is just you're getting it to the table and playing. It's not a teach how to play. Yeah, you're going to make some mistakes, but you know what? We're open to call us out on them and say, hey, we're learning. There's only so much reading you can do of this material until you get on the table and try it. Yeah. And make mistakes. Those are the mistakes you remember the most, too.
Mini Warmut said, if you didn't record it, it never happened. Well, I did take pictures, though. I took a bunch of pictures. Hey, Tonio, thanks for joining us. Greg's here, too. Nice to have you guys. Glad everybody's here. I also, so obviously I did my Burrows and Badgers, which was super fun, especially because you and we got our miniatures a long time ago. And I got the book too, but had not gotten it to the table. And the great thing about that is after I recorded the battle report, my buddy who I played with Twisted last night, he messages me. Let's see, when did I think it was the night or the day after I posted the Burrows and Badgers one, that he texted me and he goes, I ordered a warband. I said, that's perfect. Now we can record a 2-player game. That's perfect.
Oh, see, now this is the only thing about doing bat reps is that people are going to watch them. They're going to go and empty their wallets out and then get mad at us.
Oh, no. I don't care. You can get mad because if you're watching this and you're hearing about it, then you already have the same problem we have. So it's okay.
Yeah.
I will say this. This is the other thing that I did, or I don't think I really did, but I got in the mail. So I got the War Gods book, right? The Egypt one. And I haven't read it yet, but I was thumbing through it. And boy, that one really washed out the color, didn't it, when I did that? It's like, whoop. That was weird. Anyway, I digress. The
technology.
it's awesome, man. There are tons and tons of fluff stories in here. Do not have a clue how the rules work. Tonio actually commented earlier in the Discord channel that he loves his too. And just flipping through it, it's a beautiful book. It's a soft cover. I'm a hardcover guy, but this is a really well done book, and it's pretty substantial.
So I talked to them at Adepticon, and I don't know why I didn't think of picking up the book. Could be because I ran out of money. I was spending it everywhere else. But I went on their website and checked out their line of miniatures. They're beautiful miniatures, especially like if you guys like Egyptian theme. Holy cow, they got such a huge Egyptian theme. And just in general, their main game is centered around Greek mythology. So you have your classic,
like the hoplites and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
the Olympus book,
they got one.
I think the Olympus book is the new one. I think the Egypt book is the old one. And I'm totally, so Tonio and Alan, you jump in here because I know you guys are more familiar with the game. But I like the models too, because what I'm going to do, the thing that attracted me to it was naturally Scions of the Sand from Twisted are Egypt based. So there's some really cool models that I can probably port over.
Yeah, that's what I thought of right away.
Yeah, throw into some of my scenarios. So I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm excited about reading the rule book too, because it just looks cool. And when they put so much work into the fluff, I just love that. That's so much a labor of love. It's not to say that the simple rule sets aren't a labor of love too. So like I think of Relic Blade and Sludge Wars. Those are developed but not super expansive. Greg, the game is War Gods, and it's by Crocodile Games.
Yeah, they got a huge line of just everything, and I think they have a book that's just centered around like the winter mountainous area, and it's like Yetis. I think Yetis is the main theme.
Okay, I haven't seen yet. I'm gonna pull the trigger. So mine came with the little flyer that says that if I'm at Adepticon, I can get the hardcover for $40. But I was not at Adepticon. I didn't go. So sadly, I was not able to.
Put that in the time machine.
Put that in the time machine.
Go get it.
but I am going to I think pick up the Olympus book too. Yeah, War Gods by Crocodile Games, Greg. And Josh said Chris Fitzpatrick started the game, was a GW sculptor for years. Brought all that fluff and sculpting style over. I knew the GW sculptor part because as soon as I kind of looked into them to see what they were about, I don't remember where I read it. I don't know if it was on their website or something. Or
I think so. I think they have a bio because
something like that.
It's a family company. His wife, who he met over there, is the studio painter. So I got to talk to them a little bit at Adepticon.
That's funny because Michael Lovejoy's wife that did Burrows and Badgers, she's the studio painter for Burrows and Badgers. So that's kind of cool. So, hey, there's Spaz. Yes, we started without you. We're sorry. We waited as long as we could and stalled as long as we could. Yet here you are. We're glad to have you. So what are we talking about tonight, Eric?
Well, you know what, guys? We're going to do something a little bit different tonight. Instead of our, we usually pick a subject and we banter on about it. But we're going a little bit old school. Podcast proper, and we're going to do a Phantom Dice tonight. So
Phantom Dice.
Get your pads ready and your pencil so you can write these things down that we're going to talk about. So it's just going to be just a barrage of games that we talk about tonight.
And if you don't know what the Phantom Dice episode or portion is, go over to Podbean and listen to the podcast episodes, and you will find out. Oh, Podbean gets a ding? Sweet.
I'm just dinging because we're
okay.
We're pushing it.
Ding away. All right. So all right. So what's the first one we're starting with?
So the first thing, what we used to do with the Phantom Dice on the podcast was, we talk about either old game we're kind of revisiting, or maybe something newer that we're discovering. So tonight, and we've had this for a while,
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Silver Bayonet, which is a Napoleonic war game set with Gothic horror. And this is by Joseph McCullough, which some of you guys may recognize that name. He did Frostgrave through Osprey. So you can find this through Osprey.
Naturally, because Osprey prints everything.
Yeah. And I mean,
right?
we've had this for a while. I think it got released back in November. I was pushing it for a while.
Yeah, you hit the Kickstarter, and I got my copy from Alan, and I didn't actually get a chance. You haven't actually played it yet, have you?
No, I got like the pre-order bundle thing that they had, and I got like 4 war bands, because you make basically war bands with elite, basically monster hunters from different
from the Napoleonic ages.
Yeah, the superpowers of that time. So
I see. I got to play it at just this last Siege of Augusta in January. That was the only time that I've had to play it. And I would play it more here if I had someone to play with, although, I play everything solo anyway, so I could probably get to the table like that. But it was a lot of fun. I was surprised. I didn't go into it with real high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Not for any reason. Like, I like the Frostgrave mechanics. I like the Stargrave mechanics. So it wasn't the mechanics thing. It was just,
it's background.
Yeah, it's because it's so historical. I know it had the monster part in it, but it just seemed like that was, and it was probably just my perception, but it seemed like it wasn't as dominant in the game as it actually is, because it's super dominant in how the game works, all the monsters and everything. And if it takes away the pure historical and adds in some of that horror or fluff, horror or sci-fi or whatever it is, then I kind of like it. I like the twist on historical. So,
yeah. I mean, it does have some unique features, like you can play it solo, co-op, or what I like to have, competitive campaigns. So very similar. It reminds me of Dracula's America, where your guys can earn experience points. They can take wounds. They could die, and you have to get new people to go into your band. So I thought that was neat. And then they got a dice mechanic that's a little bit different. I mean, it's a D10 system, which we kind of like, but when you're rolling it, you're rolling 2 at once. One's the hit, and one is like your actual damage. And I thought that was kind of neat and different.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest, is we both like the D10 mechanic, because we started doing the D10 mechanic with first edition Wild West Exodus. That's why you like D10s. That's why I like D10s too. Let's see. Alder said, is this a skirmish game or rank and file? It is skirmish. So it's very small scale. Alan can speak to this a little better than I can, but I think it's like between 6 and 10 models. And I'm not sure what the starter boxes come in, like the number that's in them. Eric, I think you got a bunch of them. How many come per box?
There was like 8, 9 models that you get, and it can be a mix of like kind of like soldiers from your rank and file, like riflemen and stuff like that, mixed with witch hunters and priests and stuff like that. So it's kind of a neat mix. I was actually just trying to share some pics, but Google is not letting me share today.
Google don't like you. It's okay that you're late, Ron. We don't mind. You're here. That's all we care about. So Alan said it's about 6 to 8, 8 being the most, 10 in a box about. And Ron, we're talking about the Silver Bayonet. And I just have this really bad feeling that maybe we shouldn't have done Phantom Dice again, because I can already feel what's going to happen. It's the same thing that happens when we record Phantom Dice. It's that I end up going, and now I got to buy a faction box for it because I don't have one yet. I'll tell you what I like the most about it. And it's probably a dumb thing to like, because it's the same thing in Muskets and Tomahawks. It's the same thing in a lot of the Napoleonic games, is the bag of cotton balls that you bring to the table with you. For those of you who have played any of the historical Napoleonics, you know what I'm talking about. So after you fire your musket, you put the little cotton ball stretched out in front of your dude to show that he needs to reload his gun. And I loved that in Muskets and Tomahawks. I just thought the aesthetic of it on the table was really neat. And Alan makes a good point too. All the factions are based on the nationalities. So I know there's British, there's French, there's Spanish. What else is there?
I think there's a couple newer ones too. I think they have Russian. I think they have.
Ooh, Russian. That's cool. And then I'm looking at the book here. Some of the kind of monsters that you can fight. You got pixies, possessed, trolls, hobgoblins.
Here, I'll look real quick.
Scarecrow, demons, ghosts.
Yeah, which and I've seen on some sites they kind of group this with Dracula's America for those monsters, which is kind of cool. So you can, cross use them. If you already have Dracula's America, it's an easy jump in.
Yeah.
And looking, they have British, Spanish, French, Russian, Austrian. That's a newer one. Prussian. Oh, yeah. And then they have some monster sets. They have some of your period piece vampires. Scarecrows, revenants, bandits, so you can fight bandits. They have goblins, which are kind of neat because they're dressed like that time period.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's very cool. So that it's a neat game. I like it. I wasn't really interested in it first. Like I said, I got the book from Alan, and I was like, I'll read it because I love rule books. But then when I played it at Siege, I really had a good time. I did have to quit before I finished my game because I had to go run a Twisted demo. So unfortunately, I didn't get to finish my game. But in all fairness, I probably would have lost because for those of you that have watched the 2 battle reports that I have up, I can't even win when I'm playing by myself. So it's a special gift. It's a gift. As a matter of fact, tonight in my game, I'm pretty sure I rolled about 7 ones. I did roll 120. So that was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. So what do we got next up there, buddy boy?
Okay. Well,
this one's good.
That sounds interesting, you guys. Check them out. Osprey. One of the places that I always look at for these games is North Star Military Figures is one good place. They have everything there. Or if you want something on this side, Brigade Games.com miniatures. That's where I think I got my big old sale bundle.
That's where I got all of my stuff for my Fistful of Kung Fu.
Yep. They have a lot of good models for those small skirmish games there. I think all of Dracula's America I got there. And as we were playing and I had guys die and I needed new cowboys, they have a huge Western line. Yeah. Or for this game, they have a huge Napoleonic line.
Yeah.
If you just need that one guy, you can get them and they're cheap.
Now, for those of you who think I'm over-exaggerating my rolls, okay, Ron watched my battle report, and this is what he said. Dude, your dice rolls are the worst I've ever seen. I am telling you. And I switched dice 3 times during that last game that I played. 3 times. Didn't help. Now, to be fair, I did switch the first time because, I need the old man glasses in order to see, and I couldn't see the first dice, the numbers on them. But I don't care because I have fun. Alder says he's Googling this and looking at the minis. Sir, you are very welcome. You are very welcome. That is what we're here for.
Yep.
Yeah. Alan says he and I play against each other because nobody gets hit. So ours is it's a very peaceful game. There's no bloodshed. There's just guys standing around slap fighting each other the whole time.
Well, I really wished I could have got my share thing to work, but I would have to leave the meeting and come back.
Don't leave the meeting.
Because I want to show you guys pictures, but...
Oh, Tonio said he's tempted. Well, let's post some up on the Facebook page afterwards.
I'll do that. I'll put them maybe in the comments section to the video when it's on Facebook.
Well, I'm pretty sure everyone has already gone to the website already anyway.
That's what it looks like looking at the comments. I mean, we're already Alder's already saying dang.
Yep. Antonio says he's tempted. Don't be tempted, Tonio. Just go for it, man.
Just bite the bullet. Right?
It's an Osprey book, so it's not even that expensive.
No, I think $20.
Yeah, probably.
That's a nice.
And yes, of course, if anybody happens to be in the Orlando, Florida area next weekend, Alan and I will be at Recon, and I didn't know he was going to be running Silver Bayonet, but he will. I'll be running Twisted, and he'll probably be doing Mercs as well, I'm guessing. Throw out whatever you're doing, Alan. I don't remember. We probably talked about it, but, it is what it is.
All right. Well, shall we move to some news? We got news for you guys. So first thing we already mentioned our Batreps and some of our demo stuff that's new. We've been kind of hitting the YouTube hard, and we want to do some more. You guys seem to be enjoying it from the last week. But I had an update on Ulia Chronicles, which is basically the Drowned Earth Kickstarter from, when did that go? That was like the start of COVID, right?
Yeah, it was right at the front end of it, to the point where James, if I remember correctly, was initially hesitant about going with the Kickstarter. But I mean, it super funded. It wasn't a problem, but you know how it is. So much of the stuff's coming out of China. It's been delayed for a long time, but
and like prices went up like times 20 or something. So, but the update is that for the US, the boat is sitting in the harbor to try to get to the docks of New York. It's just, they're so backed up that their landing date keeps getting pushed back. He actually in the update had a little map, picture, and you with the little dot in the middle of the ocean. That's the boat
hanging out there waiting,
just hanging out. And it looks like late April, the 20th, I think they said is they're scheduled to port in, and then fulfillment in a couple of weeks. So probably they're going to start beginning of May. Maybe late May before we see it, but same time as the rest of the world. So but I just, with everything that happened with COVID and stuff, I know he did mention they were gonna do kind of a shorty, quick Kickstarter for digital type stuff, because he was saying how just the everything price increases just really hurt overall.
I just want my Ulia Chronicles, because I backed Ulia Chronicles at Gene Splicer Pledge, which means that I got to design a model for the game, and I want my model. I want my model so bad. I can taste it, and it's a fantastic game. I'm gonna do some Drowned Earth battle reports too. They'll probably be solo, and there's not really official solo rules, so that will be Mac making stuff up as he plays. So,
or you just played both sides, right?
No. Nah. I don't like doing that. I prefer making it a scenario-based something or other, where because I have so many like extra models that I've kind of ported into games, I like to throw them on the table and make them bad guys. So that's what I like to do. I'll probably run some sort of fight dinosaurs, or have to dig into some.
That's pretty much, I went heavy on dinosaurs. They had two biggies that I wanted.
Or dig up some tech or something while fighting off some locals or something like that. I have some really cool the Bamaka models from the game Eden that Happy Games Factory did a while back. I think the game went totally defunct, but I'm not sure. They're perfect as kind of post-apocalyptic, tribal but mutated kind of. They're just super cool. If you can find some and you like post-apocalyptic models, or you're playing Fallout or something, try to find some Bamaka models. They're super cool, by Happy Games Factory. Good luck finding them, though.
Well, that will be soon, though. So other news, let's see, move in. We came across sorry, guys, Kickstarter.
Yes.
And, of course, it's a zombie Kickstarter. So we
already know Eric went all in.
Not yet. This may break my rule for cutting back my Kickstarters.
But please.
It's a new World War II zombie Kickstarter by Raybox Games called Escape from Stalingrad Z.
Yes.
It just went live at the beginning of this week. I think
did it? I didn't know it was live already.
I think it was just beginning this week, and it's like I want to say it was a 20-day, so they still have quite a ways to go.
Right.
And the neat thing about this game, it's solo co-op versus, but the neat thing is it's like a minute to set up, because basically it's a compact 100-page like spiral bound scenario book. So I don't know if you see some board games have this where you open the book, that's your playing board. It's right there.
It reminds me of the books that have been coming out the past few years for RPGs, where you have the flat books that are what your dungeon maps and things like that. That's basically what it is. It's like a spiral bound book that you just open up and that's the board you play on. I think that's really neat. I'm probably going to back it just to play with my kids because that's simple.
It's neat that it's like each scenario is its own page in the book, but I mean, it still has that narrative campaign tactical combat, which should only take about 20 to 40 minutes to play. So kind of a quick game. And the Kickstarter itself, they have like 5, I think, different pledges. So whatever your budget is, they have probably something there for you. As far as like, let's see, it's like $30 for just the book, where you get over 40 scenarios with a player aid punch board. You get like 19, kind of the cardboard standees, doors, and a bunch of terrain terrain markers and stuff like that. But you can go as high as, let's see, I'm going to click to the big one. I think the big one is called the Zombie Master. Master. You get everything from the deluxe set. You get a 1/12 scale miniature. It looks like a zombie German or something. You get 17 exclusive 35 millimeter models. You get limited edition art prints, signed rule book. You have your name listed. But I mean, I'm actually looking at the more than just the book, but they have a deluxe set that comes with all the, the cool book tokens and stuff, but you actually get miniatures in it because they do have a couple add-ons. And I think one of the levels you can get where it's the book and you get all the like expansions and stuff. So which is basically like specialized zombie bosses or something like that. So
I'm kind of looking forward to that just in its simplicity. So check that out. That's by Raybox Games.
And that's live on Kickstarter right now, you guys. So I think I may have put a link on our Facebook page for it.
I don't know. I didn't see.
I have to
but that's super. That's very cool. I'm excited about that one and definitely want to check that out.
Yeah, that one might break my Kickstarter, but I might just go low because I have enough zombie miniatures, I think. But then again, I don't have World War II Nazi zombies.
See?
Some Nazis.
That's important. That's important. You have so much stuff coming anyway, right?
Eventually, whenever
you've got the Zombicide Cowboys, you've got the Marvel zombies with Giant Galactus coming. So
that won't be till next year, probably, but just this year, I have some coming that I'm like, when? I mean, I keep getting updates and they keep saying it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
Right.
So I'm going to get bombarded probably in the same weekend.
Yes, you'll have one giant weekend where you have to paint absolutely everything. All right, I'm gonna look up the.
Well, some of our guys, like Alan, looked too. Dang it, made him look. All right.
Isn't that our job? Here we go. All right, I'm on the. You
get a look. You get a look.
Yeah, I wanted to look. Let's see. They're way past their goal.
Well, that's good. And I know like some people are saying the price, but it's like I said, $30. If you just want the book to play, you still can play. You don't need all the stuff,
right?
Because a lot of the stuff is probably like many Kickstarters, just kind of bloated stuff that it's cool, but do you need it really to play the game?
Right. Yeah, I'll probably go in lower just to get the basic set. It's not like I don't have enough models to use, so but we'll see. I'll check it out later. So we will see.
That's one Kickstarter to check out.
Oh, Alan, you should back it at the retail level, and I'll just buy one from you.
There you go. So in other news, this one's a little further down the road. I think it's going to be a Kickstarter, but it is called, see if I can butcher this.
Go ahead.
Maladum, the fantasy version of Core Space.
Yeah.
So what it is, it's going to be a Kickstarter this summer.
Right.
They don't have an exact date for it, but they kind of call it an RPG light. They use a lot of the basic core mechanics of Core Space, but they kind of streamlined it a little bit so it's faster play.
Right.
And then they had to take into account it's just based on the name, it's a lot of magic. So it's going to be heavy magic oriented, which is kind of cool. It's kind of still the same thought of Core Space, where's the plug and play, you put in what you want type of thing, different scenarios. And, they're gonna have like I think a campaign version of it too, where you can level up your guys and stuff. But there's not a whole lot on it yet. There's just a couple blogs that you guys can check out,
and you can go to the website too. It is on the Battle Systems website.
Yep, they have some rules previews that just came out. I think about a week ago or so, that you can find under their blogs on Battle Systems. Or you could actually, they have a Facebook group for this fantasy universe that you can check out. It's just the name of the universe.
Okay, so update from the website is that it is going to be a Kickstarter this summer.
Okay.
Yep, this summer.
So probably around June, July, I would say kind of pay attention.
And I really like Core Space anyway. So I think that this will be good. And I kind of saw this coming a long time ago, because really Battle Systems had their fantasy terrain way before they had anything else. So you kind of knew it was coming. That was the kind of the bread and butter that got them started. So
once again, I found a cool picture they had on their website that I wish I could share with you guys, but go check it out. Check out their website, their blogs and stuff, and get all the information about it as it's coming out.
Here we go. I got it. I bet you I'm going to see if I can guess which one it was that you wanted to share. Was it that one?
Yep. Look at that. Look at that.
That's their Battle Systems terrain right there. So
and I like that they call it RPG Light. It's kind of a nice hybrid of maybe getting some RPG players to the board, but getting some of the skirmish miniature, dungeon crawler. It's kind of a dungeon crawler.
Really, Core Space is RPG Light too. Honestly, it is. I know you haven't played it yet, but it's totally RPG Light for the way that it runs. So it's they have on the website, it says that it's not fantasy Core Space, that there's differences in it. And I'm sure there is, but they have a really good game mechanic for Core Space. So I doubt that they'll change it all that much, because it's a good mechanic. It works well. The different, so as a for instance, when I say that it works well, so to transition between a hex board, or not a hex board, but a board with squares on it, where you're moving like in a board game, to playing on just a regular skirmish table, there's zero transition to it, because all of their boards are 1 inch, so you're still just doing the same thing. The transition between solo play to co-op play to versus play, they did such a good job. It's almost like there's no transition between them. So I don't see that there was really any reason to change too much. Obviously, they had to add magic, but I don't think they would have to change too much. So I'm excited to see that. I actually didn't know about that until I read the notes for the show tonight.
I was digging this week, man. I was looking for some news.
You were digging, man. You were digging. You had a backhoe, man. You were digging so deep. That's crazy. I missed that one. So kudos to you, Eric. You got 1 million internet points. Don't spend them all in one place.
Yeah, I'm giving myself a ding.
Oh, you're giving yourself a ding. Woo, high roller, baby. All right.
So I have one more news item, because I just looked at our time real quick. Beginning of this week, Goblin Games, makers of Moonstone. You haven't got into that yet.
I want to.
They just put up a bunch of new stuff, and one of the new stuff is an Easter special.
Oh, I saw that.
Angry Jackalope. That's a limited edition. So it's while stocks last. I did check tonight before I jumped on to make sure they still, it wasn't sold out. They still do have some ready for you.
No.
It's basically, it's resin. It's a resin model.
You're reaching over here for my keyboard.
Comes with the stat card, your base, and I mean, it's in UK, so it's about 19 pounds. I think the transition for the US is $24.
Yeah.
Which is standard for their larger models that they have. Like I got some of the giants and the troll that they have is about that price. But fantastic models, you guys. If you guys
they really are,
some, I mean, they're fantasy, but they kind of have a certain character style to them that makes them stand out.
I'm going to borrow my new favorite term that has anything to do with these kind of models. Okay. And that is the one that Josh from Zombie Smith Miniatures quote, coined. And that
describes these
Grimsicle. Yeah. They have that whimsical feel, but they're still kind of gritty. To be fair though, I got to throw it out there. Zombie Smith, they got the best Grimsicle. So I don't know how I ended up plugging Zombie Smith in the process of us not even talking about them, but go look at Zombie Smith Miniatures too, because they got awesome games and awesome Grimsicle models. Muppets in space, dude, and Muppet fantasy Muppets. It's too cool.
Yeah, and it's a really neat game. It's a quick, simple game, but even if you don't get in the game, you want some cool models. Check out their goblins. Check out their fairy line they have. They got gnomes, which are pretty cool. Like the one goblin I have that cracks me up is he's a knight and his steed is a pug.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It makes me laugh just seeing that. So
it's the most amazing thing.
But check it out. Limited edition while supplies last. Just in time for Easter, right?
Just in time for Easter. Perfect.
But I think that's about all the news I have for this kind of different show. Try something different. Make you guys go spend all your money and yell at us.
Go spend some money. Support these independent game developers. We've discussed, and now the funny thing about that with Battle Systems is we've discussed this before, is they've grown so much. They're still, as far as we're concerned, independent. But man, they've just blown up so big from just two guys. That's kind of, that's awesome. You know what I mean? That's awesome. So go check them out. Check out Moonstone. Check out Escape from Stalingrad Z. Check out Ulia Chronicles, which is coming because it's definitely an indie game as well. All of that stuff. Go check it out. Throw some money at them. Check out some games. Even if you just pick up a rule book. Don't know if you're a rule book junkie like we are, but I'm a rule book.
We just like reading them, reading the fluff if they got fluff in it. And if not, we make up our own stories. That's the fun thing about the hobby.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%. All right. I think it's my turn to take us out. I want to point out, Todd wasn't with us tonight.
Yeah.
Todd is the one who coins all of our great phrases, like the fastest 30 minutes in wargaming, which we just finished. But guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Before we get into the actual announcements, don't forget we're putting a lot of new stuff up on the YouTube channel right now as we finally diving into the battle reports and sharing some other videos and things like that. I think I'm going to actually do a video review of this book. I'm just going to thumb through it, check it out, and show you guys what's in it so you can go buy a copy. So go over, check those out. Make sure you click like and subscribe over on the YouTube channel and the little notification bell so that you can get notified when we post stuff. Also, I got to give some props to Eric because when you go over there and check out the battle reports, you'll see we have this cool new picture, this new image for our battle reports. It's awesome.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. So everybody give Eric a hand.
Using my degree. What?
That's right. You using your art degree. You go, boy. Come on. Oh, look, Ron gave us a new one. You had to go there, Ron. The worst dice in wargaming. That's me. That's a personal moniker, though. That's not an indie invasion moniker. That's a personal moniker.
Yeah, that's the badge that you would wear on, or the armband.
That's right, my armband or my hat or my hoodie, whatever it is. Anyway, guys, if you guys want more content, don't forget to go over and check out our Podbean channel. You can catch us on all of the podcast services that are out there, iHeart, iTunes Radio, blah, 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 all those places. Go check those out. Also, head over to the Facebook channel or Facebook page. If you haven't, check out the YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram, and most especially Discord, because there's lots of cool stuff happening in Discord, lots of chatting back and forth. And if you know of any other games or other Kickstarters or other news coming up, shoot us an email at indieinvasion@gmail.com, and we will do our very best to check it out and see what happens, because we really do like rule books a whole lot.
Yep.
That's what we like. That's what we like. Also, you can check out our Patreon. We don't put a lot of stuff over there because we do most of our stuff live and doing battle reports, but we do have it over there for anybody that's interested in throwing a couple of quarters at us. It doesn't hurt. It's 6 1/2 dozen the other. What we really like is the next one, and that's Redbubble, where you can get all the really cool stuff like coffee cups and T-shirts and hats and hoodies and mini skirts for spaz. You can't get this Free Blades shirt right here, but you can get a Free Blades shirt. If you go to the DGS Games website and reach out to them, you can get one there. But you can't get this one at our store. And that is all we have tonight, guys. We're so glad that you joined us. Thanks so much. Don't forget, check out some of the new videos that are up. Click that thumbs up button, smush it, smash it, whatever the new smush it, do whatever you got to do. But until next week, guys, don't forget to prepare yourselves for the invasion.